Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to the Changes webinar series. Today's session is AI meets governance, templatized data quality at scale. We are excited to have you join us as we explore how AI and automation are revolutionizing the enterprise data governance, making it faster, smarter, and easier to control. In this session, you learn how Changes is automating validation and governance workflows, how it's using AI to catch errors in real time, and how it's accelerating governance setup with pre-built templates. We'll also feature a live demo with of our Zen AI, our governance engine, followed with an interactive Q&A session. We have two outstanding speakers today. Anbarasan Murugan, the product lead for DataZen, who brings 20 plus years of experience of developing AI-driven governance and quality solutions that have saved Fortune 500's millions in operational costs. And then we have M. Abhimanan, project manager at DataZen, an MDM expert with over 15 years of experience building data governance frameworks and across multiple sectors like customer, supplier, product, BOM, finance, and operation domain. Now, I am handing it over to Anbarasan to lead us through the presentations. Over to you, Anbu, and enjoy the session, guys.
Thank you so much, Mahek, for the wonderful introduction. Good morning, good afternoon to everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Anbarasan. I'm a data science expert from Changes, and I got my colleague team member Abhimannan, who are Zeno expert. So between us, we are bringing decades of experience in master data management, data quality. And today, main topic is going to be how AI-powered automation is going to be uh, on the side of data management and the data quality. And most importantly, we are going to learn today from this webinar how Zen AI is going to be useful on data quality and governance. And this session is mainly aimed for data stewards, governance leaders, and the business users who are already tired of dealing with the fragmented of data silos and manual fixes. And let me go and talk about what is the agenda today. So let's take a look at the roadmap here for the today's webinar. We will begin by setting up the stage with a comparison between what is there on the traditional data governance and the data quality, and how it is going to be changed or how it is going to be modernized with ZenAI. And very important topic, how ZenAI it is going to be. So we are going to introduce today the ZenAI, how it works, and mainly on the intelligence model, how it's powered on it. And also we are going to talk about important feature sets from the ZenAI, how it is work on the deduplication, how it is giving a DQM scorecards, and followed by we will have a demo to talk about these use cases. Also at the end, we'll talk about the benefits of this ZenAI. So with that, please feel free to post all your questions in the chat box so that at the end of the session, so we are so happy to answer all your questions. So what are the challenges in the traditional approach? So we knew that data quality and the master data governance in many organizations are still relies on the heavily on a static rule-based systems and siloed workflows. And data stewards spend hours of tracking down duplicate records and manually validating the supplier or customer or be to that any inconsistencies between the data. So that was the traditional approach of what we are using it today. And I highlighted the three important bullet points here. So number one, how are we going to identify the data set and the attributes and the complex process? Every business and IT team needs to spend lots and lots of time to identify and analyze to find out what are the fields and its usage to govern it. Second one, so after we found the fields and the data set, what are the rule sets we need to go and enable to make it data as a quality? So that's again a second important problem we are in the data quality side. And the third one, so when we talk about the multiple systems across and the different data structures, be it Oracle or SAP, Microsoft Dynamics, so all these are different structures where, so consolidating the data from a multiple sources complex, and number two, applying data quality rules. It's a very complex one, and how that is going to be overcome here using the Zen AI. So let's talk about the benefits and the governance on the side of when we start using this Zen AI. Abhi, you want to talk about? I believe you love to do that. You've done wonder of works here on the Zen AI. Go ahead, Abhi.
Yes. Now, so in contrast that with the challenges in the traditional approach, because I'm going to talk about the Zen AI approach. So to overcome that data set mapping and attributes uh, mapping findings in the manual approach. So that Zen AI starts with comprehensive data assessments to identify the data sets, their attributes, and establish the precise mappings. These foundational steps ensure that every data point is correctly understood and contextualized. Okay. So next, the data governance part. So when we talk about the data governance, we always start with that how we are going to onboarding the customers and how we are going to build the rules and policies on that. So in using the Zen AI, so we ensure that only clean and validated data flow into our systems, streamlining onboarding and reducing the needs for manual interventions. So Zen AI does wait for issues to be discovered, does not wait for the issues to be discovered. It actually monitoring the data in real time and catch the anomalies, duplicates, and errors before it's impacting our operations. So governance, it's not an afterthoughts with Zen AI. It's built into the core of platform. So data validations and compliance checks are seamlessly integrated and ensuring the adherence to the policy automatically. When we talk about the data quality, so the Zen AI automatically generate the rules to the governance flow. It also includes the standard business rules secured from the best practiced templates that is already available with our systems. So it's accelerating the governance without manual configurations. Through the continuous assessments, and Zen AI identifies the data quality issues and automatically applies the default rules to curate the data and ensuring it remains consistent and clean and ready for use. Actually, Zen AI gets smarter with every interactions. Its self-learning algorithm adapt and enhance the data quality and governance over time, making it more robust with every use.
And so exactly what is Zen here? So Zen is our artificial intelligence engine that can changes to taking care of the data quality and the data governance. And its core, Zen uses multiple LLMs and machine learning models. So what is unique that we don't limit to the single model. So depending on the task, Zen can consume and apply different models at and also our own changes LLM and the industry specific ones too. Zenai is not just about data cleansing or anomaly detection. It is about embedding intelligence throughout the entire data lifecycle. So start from the onboarding, profiling, deduplication, validation, enrichment, and continuous monitoring. And if I take an example of for a rule creation, so intelligent enough that ZenAI helps to choose the right LLM model, and it will go through multiple LLM if needed to. So it will find out the right optimized results for the users to create any rules or finding any anomalies or for the deduplication system. So when I talk about the scalability, it's a highly designed one to handle enterprise scale amount of data with a high accuracy and the speed. And AI models help in identifying most of the time, and the data quality onboarding process. So when I go on board, I'm not sure about each and every field of what I need to feed in. And Zene helps for the data stewards or the data requesters to guide the way that how the data should be entered. So using the previous learning about earlier item master may be entered. So if we find out what is the pattern is followed in previous data entries, it's going to suggest to the users that how the data entry should be. And also, it's going to guide the users at the validation side. So based on the organization quality policies, it's going to stop the user right at a time when they start entering the data. And once the data is validated, so the workflow is completed, it's going to integrate to the downstream systems. And also, it's going to give a data scorecards and the health check side. What is the current score and 4 important dimensions? That's we are going to talk about in the upcoming slides. And when we talk about the architectural side, the changes cloud can be hosted in any of cloud providers, including today we are in Azure, OCA, and AWS. Where any changes cloud can talk to this ZenAI changes AI layer and sending the proper codes so that intelligent to ZenAI to identify where the AI models are registered for that particular organization. It's going to pick the models and it's going to produce the right results back to the changes cloud. And this can be easily integrated for any application into the changes platform. Okay. So let's go talk about what are the benefits of this ZenAI, what it's going to give us.
One of the key strengths of data Zen AI is automation. Okay, so let's look at how it's applied across the data quality platform. So the first two things I'm going to talk about that match and merge process. So we have a powerful Zen AI engine to find the closest matches of data which is available in the source systems. So actually Gen AI, it's not only doing the matches within the single languages, it's doing the matches across the multiple languages seamlessly. So that is one of the powerful automations process we are doing to find the matches across the languages. So, and also we have the powerful intelligent algorithms to find the different representation of data. So that is one of the most important things we have in the data science engines. So using that, we can find the matches and find the surveyship records easily for our customer data and address data. So it's an example. So next, the automation process is data cleansing and transformations. So in data cleansing and transformation part, so our 10AI supports so the enrichments of customer data and using the address data or any other unit materials and enhancements and everything. So and next, the anomalies detections. So ZenAI constantly scan your master data for irregularities in real times, whether it's duplicates customer records or an invalid material code. The AI flag it, fix it, even correct it autonomously based on the governance rules. So let's talk about the intelligence onboarding process. So instead of filling the lengthy form and checking the inputs, user gets smart defaults, AI-driven suggestions, and immediate feedbacks on errors. So in that onboarding process, actually, so our ZenAI always suggesting the some of the data to fill automatically. So using that, the users can fill the data without giving the manual inputs. So you just verify the data, and also the Zen AI provide the validation results whether the defaulted data is correct based on web business rules. And then they talk about the governance flow of integrations. Zen AI does not just an isolations; it's an embedded in your governance process. So the validations and policy enforcements and audit trails are part of the every steps. These automations are not just a savers, time savers. These are all the quality enforcers, enforcing compliance and consistent from the day one.
And let's talk about the one more cool feature, which is from the DQ side of a scorecard. Now let's look at how we track and quantify the data quality using the ZenAI DQ scoreboards. So these scoreboards are not just a dashboard. It is a comprehensive view of your data in terms of a health check. So one important thing, the uniqueness, if I take, ZenAI uses a fuzzy logic and ML to detect and merge duplicate across the multiple systems. No more guessing or manual cross-checking, whether it's a customer record or material SKUs or supply data. It's going to flag with a high accuracy. And Abhius talks about these algorithms and the fuzzy logic. It go and check across multiple languages, regions, and different systems to identify the potential duplicate and producing the uniqueness. And also highlighting the accuracy side. So we don't restrict our wings within a Changes platform. We can call any third-party APIs or the golden records within your enterprise layer, and it suggests all the corrections over and over time. We learn from the different sources, and it's going to produce these suggestions. That's more important for finding out the accuracy. And for the validity side, so any governance rules, when we go and write, it will go very traditional way of configuration. Rather, using a prompt here through ZenAI, asking what are the active customers which doesn't have an email address or contact information. So immediately it's going to create a data set, and the rules will be automatically created. Rather go to the traditional way to create all these rules. The prompt is going to help us here to configure rules from the scratch, and most importantly, the data is going to be there for business users to review, writing first in place so that they can meet the rules just by the prompt. So there is no traditional way of doing configuration or writing any complex SQLs. Doesn't need it here using this ZenAI. Obviously, completeness, that's the most important step for governance. We need to identify what are the attributes or the fields we need to govern and potentially storing all the good amount of data. So this ensures the attributes in terms of the fill rate is going to be produced to find out all the attributes are entered or not. And as the topic suggests, the completeness. So we use a AI powered also the template. So both together, it's going to produce the results very quickly. We don't need to wait for months long. So it is very quick. We can get these outputs in the system to start seeing it. Not just stop here as a one time. It's going to do ongoing scorecards too. So either day by day we want to recheck, or monthly or weekly, that can be scheduled. The data is going to be flown through this DKIM dashboard. It's going to obviously it's going to give a trend. So where it was started and where we are today. So those informations are all part of this DKIM dashboards. Okay. So let's move on to the next important one. So talk about some of screens. Have we done it in a real time? So let's go and Abhi can share quickly the screen and demonstrate all these Zen features. Match and merge and the onboarding process, and then followed by the scorecards and how we are going to configure our rules. So that exactly we are going to talk about in the upcoming screens. Thank you, Abhi. I can see your screen. Go ahead.
Yeah. So So in these sessions, I am going to share some of the AI-powered process in our applications. So first, I'm going to share the details about how we are going to do the onboarding process through the Zen AI. So when we talk about the onboarding process, as I said, that it's an how efficiently we are going to create the new data. That means when we in this page, I am going to create a new customer onboarding. So I will show how efficient we are doing the onboarding process through the AI. So uh, from our applications, so when we start before creating a customers, we are always check the customers is already exist or not. So I'm just going to search some of the customers is already is available or not. So seems that the given customer is not already available in our application. So how? So I'm going to create a new customer through the AI.
So currently it is talking to the changes AI and finding out the right LLM and producing these results.
Yeah. So after the Zen AI provided the possible results which is relevant to the given customer name. So here the possible results are I have provided the customer name as GE, so it's obviously meaning to the General Electrics. So but the Zen AI provides more details about the relevant customers actually. So General Electric Company, General Health, GE Healthcare, GE Aviations. So in this case, user can explore that which customer they are going to onboarding now. So if you want to see the more details about the customers, user can click on that customer details. So it will produce a detailed information about the selected customers. So this is the detailed information about the selected customers. So here it is providing the business names and alternate names and the descriptions about their business, and it's providing the details about the websites and years established and address information and telephone numbers. If you want to have the more details about the customers to before create onboarding the customers, so you can set up that in a easy way. So you can bring all the relevant informations before onboarding a new customers. So this is the way the Zen AI will help you to onboard the customers easily. So if you see everything is the expected results, so you can create a request by clicking it create request buttons. So now, so you have the request numbers, the customer creation process is onboard initiated, the workflow start triggering it. So now the new customer process will get into the governance process, the corresponding stewards will get the data to review and approve the process. This is one of the easiest way to do the onboarding process through the Zen AI. So
thank you, Abhi. Yeah, maybe you can move on to the next one. I'm more interested in the matching, merging, and the reconcile.
yes. Next, I am going to demonstrate about the match and merge process where we applied Zen AI. So as I said that earlier, so like our traditional approaches of data quality process, we just doing that matches through the any of the algorithms. So that time we may not have the relevant customer matches sometimes because of that other languages informations, and also that representation of data. So that time we may not have the possible matches. So but through our Zen AI, so we have the powerful engines to find the matches even across the multiple languages of data. And also we have the representation of different representation of data, so that will provide the accurate result of matches. So here we have brought some of the sourced customer informations and applied the matches for customer name. So here it's the results, it's grouping the results are grouped with relevant matches. So here I can show you the examples of how the data is matched with other languages too. So here one of the example is Tara General Trading LLC is having the relevant matches with other languages too. The languages in Arabic, And also we have the matches found with the different representation of data. So here the G is very shortest form of representations. So but in most of the traditional approaches, the matches will not find that exact relevant customer names like General Electronics, General Electrics. But our ZenAI produced the accurate results of even different representation of data. So this is one of the powerful intelligence we have in our ZenAI.
And Abhi, why don't you talk about the scorecard quickly? So this is get clean is beautiful, and the stay clean. Can you talk about the scorecard? So the scorecard is mainly you are going to show on the stay clean, am I right? And the assessment. This is really a wonderful one. So this is what I talked about before on the slide side: the completeness, validity, uniqueness, and the accuracy side. The scores are produced in a nicer way to understand what are the fields are entered in this Microsoft Dynamics as a use case, and the validity and the score, all the business rules are examined and produce the results, and duplicate is at 38%. Little above, in terms of 62 is a good one, and 38 are, 38 is a good one, and the 62 are a bad one. We need to take care of removing all the duplicates, and accuracy on the patterns are 55%. That's a very classical and a good example when we go and do the first level, and then after we tweak all the rules and the governance policies, these scores may go up, and also applying all the ZenAI automated anomalies to find out, to fix it, then the score will go into the greater level instead of in the poor level of a score into the good and then the excellent. Okay. And what it is so, Abhi, that how we can configure the rules. In this case, instead of going in a traditional way, so how we can do a rule configuration.
Yes, I will show.
So I'm so thrilled about when we introduced this. I asked many questions. Most of the time I took a longer time to configure the rules. Sometimes the patterns I want to check. It shouldn't. I mean, the customer name should not allow any special characters. Or I want to build a complex relationship hierarchies in terms like if a customer is a so-and-so account and you need to find out either addresses in a United States region. If so, then the contacts must be entered. If not, the errors should be thrown. So when we start writing these rules, we took a very longer time. Personally, I spent to writing all these queries to understand the data structure, what are the fields I need to use, and what is the condition to be. There are lots of questions. But Abhi is going to say so here that after I use this prompt on the ASQL, I amazed it actually that I can ask any question that how the rules should be. It's going to immediately configure it for me instead of waiting for a long or waiting for a technical people to come and validate it. It's going to type for me all the rules to be configured. And go ahead, Abhi, you can talk about here what you got on the ASQL side.
Okay. So as Anbu said that ASQL will provide the options to configure the rules very efficient way, so easiest way. So when we start configuring that rules, so by default the ZenAI provide some of the suggestions based on your data sets actually. So here some of the suggestions is available from the data ZenAI. So find all the customers and their associated addresses who have the total amount greater than the thousands and lives in their specific cities. So and some more rules suggestions if you want, you can ask that AI to generate that, or if you can create your own rules, whatever you want based on the business requirements. So just I am going to create one of the rules and find all the customers who has invalid email addresses. So this is the easiest way to ask the configure the rules. So user can more familiar with their problems, so they can simply ask the ZenAI to create the rules like this. So I'm going to generate the rules for that.
So for this case, I usually what I have to go, so understand the customer data model, what are the fields are there, and then where is the email columns there, maybe it may be on the contact, which is on the child object. So what I have to do, I have to map parent and the child. Once join is completed, then I can go into the query mode that email pattern. Either at symbol is there, or domain is there, or I had to at least use some regular expression to understand the email. So all these informations I had to go and fill in to find out this one single rule. But configuring this, it's going to give me that immediately. We can see that. So what is the data sample data? I don't see it. So and the query is going to be here, and we can get that sort of input. If you go to Abhi for the suggestions for a moment, I want to highlight here a few things.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And the suggestions are more important than rather go and ask a users to start from filling. So suggestions are going to be there, and each and every time we can change the suggestions. Number of suggestions we have limited to 5, but we can go across 50, 20, and that's going to give all the predefined rules which are part of the data quality. After learn the data, it produces these suggestions. Okay? So that gives, maybe we may not start out those rules, but the system is going to give you that, hey, these many data rules can be proper for your data set. That exactly we are seeing it here on the suggestion side. And let's talk about what are the benefits here on the Zen A approach. So some of key takeaways I would highlight. Zen A automates the end-to-end data quality and the governance to ensure the data quality side. Most importantly, we've seen how the scorecards and the onboarding process, and also finding the anomalies, and we want to put up any governance policy. Everything is possible within this one single ZNA. Make sure it achieves the data quality, and it produces the intelligent scorecards. And also, most of the time, okay, when you can see the Zene not just, allows you to scan, validate, and clean your data at the scale within a minutes. It is not going to take a days. Whether you are importing a new product catalog or adding financial data before reporting season, it simplifies. That used to be a multiple step. Mainly, you had to go manually, multiple steps, and manual process, verifying through Excel, writing so and so rules. So everything is going to be stopped here. The results are going to be, once we connected, the data is going to go through this intelligent scorecard, and it's going to produce all the information. And also, it's going to give power of the business users are going to be a very very much they can start using it, rather depending on the IT or technological people. The business team itself, they can start working on to configure and get the results. And it obviously it's going to produce time and value. And template is a very important one for Zen. So the learning is from a different ERPs, either be it that Oracle Cloud or Oracle R12 or SAP, ECC, S4HANA, Microsoft Dynamics, or any most ERPs. We do have a template for all different objects. Already we suggested that most important used TEM objects like a customer, supplier, SCM objects, or any contact objects. Can we have a templates? So this is where the template is there to build all your data models and governance process. Zene is going to add immense power to automate on the data side, and easy to configure for a business users. That more important. Want to highlight here, it's going to be a low code and no code. So we are keep on every day embracing this DKIM platform and AML enabled DKIM platform. Okay, and we can save cost and the time using this platform. And our age, our clients are experiencing, 40% reduction in errors, and 50% decrease in the time of integration for the new data source. These aren't just the numbers, they translate into the faster insights, improved customer experience, and the better compliance. Okay. So with that, thank you so much, team. I'll move on to the next session, that Q&A. So this brings to our end of our walkthrough. I hope this gave you a clear picture of how ZenAI redefines the data quality and the data governance. And I'd now like to open up the door for your questions, and feel free to post all your questions in the chat box.
Okay. So our first question is, can you explain the Zen AI DQM scorecard and how it benefits organizations?
Wow, that's a very good question, and that's more important for any given organizations. So the ZenAI DQM scorecard evaluates the data quality based on four important dimensions: completeness, uniqueness, validity, and accuracy. It obviously detects a duplicate through intelligent fuzzy matching, verifying the data using the trusted algorithms, and also it is learning it. So based on the data patterns, it's going to produce the recommendations what is needed to be fixed to taken from some XY score into the desired, like 100%. We want to improve it. So the scorecards is a many audiences supposed to be start using it in a day one onwards to get to know about their data. And ZenAI powers to give the information pretty quick, and that gives to understand data. Also, it's going to give all the recommendations too. So I would highly recommend. So we have to start using it, this DQM scoreboards from the day.
Thank you for that. The next question is, what types of data does Zen AI support for master data management?
Oh yeah, it's a good question. So the ZenAI supports various domains, including customer, supplier, product master, or bills of material, equipment master, or financial or operations data too. It's a very agile framework to enable seamless integration of any new data sources, and while maintaining the data consistency and the quality. So it is not just limited with this domain, whatever I suggested it here, but it's going to be any master data, be it that across finance modules or for the sales modules. So anything can be enabled quickly within Changes platform for governing the data. And also, it's a one single platform, not just for the get clean. It is helping us to do both get clean and the stay clean. Also give the notifications and exception handlings to the users in case something the system cannot perform. So they can go and start a look at, and they can start correcting those policies automatically. Once again the data goes, it's going to fix it. Okay. Thank you so much, and it supports most of domains, and we do have a templates for each and every domain from Changes. Thank you so much.
We have another question. How does Zen AI differ from traditional DQM and data governance approaches?
Oh, yeah. So I would say, yeah, 2 years before, we were in the situation that we supports a traditional way of doing the DQM, and I won't deny that traditional approach is so good actually, but it needs a manual checks and the static rules, and it's a time consuming, and also it gives sometimes a human error too. But the Zen AI, if you start using it, it's going to be a very dynamic AI-powered automations. We see that the structure that it can go and choose the right LLM. So based on if you're going to call address match or name match, or we are going to onboard a new customer, it's going to pick the right LLM model to solve the problems. So user will be get benefit out of it very less time they can go and configure. But I'm not denying that, still we need to go do manually review everything, but we can trust here the rules. We don't need to go do manually. The rules can be automated and data processing are automated. Finally, the results are going to be produced. The users are going to be reviewed, either it's going to be acceptable or not. So both got benefits and also drawbacks. Sometimes, it's an uncertainty sometimes on the AI side too. So 80% we are seeing success rate with using the Zen AI. The 20% still systems are learning it. Systems are still learning it. We are bringing a lot of new LLMs into it. It's still learning, and sooner than so the AI is going to be full 100% supporting this entire DQM and the data governance approaches.
The question is, how does Zen AI support scalability and enterprise-wide deployment?
The scalability, I would say, the Zen AI is built on with the changes cloud platform, number one, and designed to handle enterprise scale for any data workloads. And each and every day, this AI is getting improved, and we are giving enough learning opportunities, bringing a lot of different LLM models. So it's every day it is the AI supports and scalability. And also when we go for any new modules, like it's going to vary. The data volume is going to vary, data type may be vary, and the rules are going to be vary. But this AI can handle it. The future is going to be a Zen AI for the DQM and the data governance side. And it's going to be given enough scalability on your enterprise-wide deployment. So today you may be in a landscape of two important ERPs maybe, but tomorrow we are going to onboard or bring up new systems. We are not sure about how the new systems are going to be. So that time, so we don't need to worry about it, because this is already a templatized platform along with the AI's enabler. So bring up a new system won't be a bigger problem. Already we have a good platform. You made it for two important systems on your organization. So all we are going to add up a new system, and the entire existing platform is going to be help you to adjust for the newer data sets. And it understands what is the new data sets and the new system. It's going to produce, hey, these are the suggestions for this newer data. It is not achieving your data quality. That's how it's going to give you the scalable side. And for mainly for unknown systems, pretty much it's going to be I would say we can predict that 70 to 80% our Zen AI is capable, and still it get the time to learn those data and identify it. Obviously you'll get 100% benefit on the scalable side. It's a complete platform. It's not a ETL tool what you are talking here. It's a complete data master data platform we are talking about. So ETL is just a part of it. I won't deny it. It's a ETL is pretty much needed. Without integrations, nothing is going to be achieved. So for the extraction purpose, bringing up all the important referential data or important the data, transactional data brought into the system to do all this learning and producing these anomalies, correct? So for a customer use case, if we take, so we need to write a lot of ETL jobs to bring a data to this. But Zen is already built in with Data Zap, which is our inbuilt ETL program for everything already. All we need, connect to the source. It's going to apply the template, bring up the data to this data platform, and producing the scores and scan through it, profile it, assess it. The scores will be available. And the second step, obviously, we are going to improvise it. After improvise, so either we can send the data to the downstream system. Yes, integration is more important, and obviously the data then is maintaining all the references for the different systems, where it is originated, where it is ended up, the proper cross-reference, and the excerpts will be maintained with the important key fields like a customer number, what is originated from a source system, how it is entered in the multiple target environment, right? So ETL is a part of it, but here in this ZenAI is more towards the data quality and the data governance part of it.
Okay, we have a couple more questions from the audience. I am going to pick a few because we are looking on time.
Okay.
One is, does Zen AI support on-prem deployments or is it limited to Changes Cloud?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So the Changes Cloud, I mean, we knew that it's a versatile platform. We can host it on the either on-prem or into the cloud, and we can host it. But for the Zen AI, the Changes AI layer, that's going to be on the global system. It is going to be on the Changes side. So there is a connector which is available. Okay, it's out of a subscription. What is the LLM? We are going to use it. So that's out of a subscription. It's going to be there. So either if you want to deploy it on the side of on-prem, that case. So we need a couple of GPUs, obviously. Definitely, it's not a simple system. Now, for AI, we are building here. It's a very huge, humongous system. You need a lot of GPUs to handle, and day by day, it's going to learn many things. Okay, so we need to give lots and lots of data to feed in, to learn, and producing all these good results. So today, it's going to be the Changes Cloud can be hosted in anywhere, either be to that on-prem or be to the cloud or into the client-centric hybrid model. We can host it. The ZenAI is going to be the global one. It's going to be a service-based, and it's going to consume. It's going to send the data. It's going to consume the data back. So that's how the entire architecture. But it's obviously yes, the answer. So we needed more compute and the GPUs to host this particular LLM into the on-prem.
Is there any difference in the process of configuration of match and merge with the help of Zen AI?
Nothing, no change at all. No changes. Okay, it's going to be maybe Abhi, if you want, you can talk about that. Actually, that's your core area.
Yes, yes, Anbu. So there is no changes on that match and match configurations, but that we are bringing that more closest matches of results. That's the main part of the Zen AI actually. So it will produce the more accurate results than the traditional approaches of match and merge. That's the simple answer I can say that here.
Will Changes manufacture robots in the future? Is the last question.
Wow, wonderful question. Yeah, we are into data side, even for a robot or something, without a data, they cannot operate. Okay. So we are as a Changes as a data company. So we make sure the data is a quality. And obviously that question I'm not sure about now. Okay. Maybe that's, I can talk it to my CEO and the CTO that, what is our future roadmap on it. And definitely the data side Changes is we are going to bring lots and lots of innovative things in the AI side, and that's going to make life easy for many of our business users and our clients. That's our current vision on the data quality and the AI side.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the questions as well. So we are going to wrap this up. So thank you so much to everyone who joined us for this session. A huge thank you to both our speakers for sharing their expertise and walking us through, the power of AI driven data governance and your live demo. We hope that everybody here, leaves with something, some valuable insights and some practical takeaways. And if we were not able to address your questions today, don't worry. Our team will follow up directly and we will share the recording with you in the upcoming week. So thank you everybody for your engagement and time. And we look forward to seeing you at the next Changes webinar.